not sure where the background noise is coming from.
I think it's Mr. Walker's, but we'll deal with it. All right, this time, court's going to go ahead and call Bell County calls number 24 DFAN 347713. This is in the 146th Judicial District Court of Bell County, Texas, and this is in the interest of Walker, minor child, non-custodial party being Tabitha Bryant, custodial party being Ricky Walter, and this matter is before the court on a Uniform Interstate Family Support Act petition. The court's taking judicial notice of the court file. Note for the record. It was service of citation on Ms. Bryant in Bell County, Texas, back on the 9th day of August. So that's been back on file more than the requisite amount of time. So this matter is properly before the courts based on this being a UFSA matter. The court will further note that this is a Uniform Interstate Family Support Act petition, which means a referring state has made this request on behalf of that state and Mr. Walker. And the items before this court are limited to the issues dealing with child support and health insurance, so forth and so on. In other words, the financial portions of a standard SAPSID order, but do not deal with anything concerning custody, visitation, or the other matters or the rights to a child or children under a court order. So like I said, again, this is the child support portion only. So the court will note that both parties are present. So at this time, I ask the state for an opening to tell the court what you understand agreements to be and what you understand contests to be at this time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't think we have any agreements at this time. So this is a case, as you correctly say, this involves establishment of child and medical support. We believe the evidence will show that Mr. Walker is he's the custodial parent, and Ms. Bryant is the non-custodial parent of one child, Ricky Jr. And Ms. Bryant has two other children outside of the order. One of those children is also a child she has with Mr. Walker, but that child lives with her. So the state has calculated child support based on evidence. Well, we believe the evidence will show that child support based on her hourly wage and her hours would result in a monthly child support obligation of $251, medical support of $26. But we will defer to your judgment. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, again, folks, as I was saying earlier, this is UFSA, ma'am, and the only thing under UFSA I can take up is the issue dealing with the request of child support from the referring state on behalf of Mr. Walker. If you're going to ask for something different as far as the other child y'all have together, then Texas has to make a UFSA sending to his home state or his state to get that done and get it done under that order. But right now, the only thing I can deal with is the child support and the laws that govern what I can do here today on that issue of child support and cash medical. So at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and have you both sworn in, and ma'am, you'll be able to tell the court what you're requesting. You're your own legal rep in this matter, so you can tell the court what you're requesting and why you're doing that. But again, ma'am, I know you didn't go to Baylor Law, but I've got to hold you to the same standards if you did go to Baylor Law and pass the state bar of Texas. So again, if you're going to give me a legal request, it's going to have to be a real legal request based on what the law allows me to do. So otherwise, the court will probably have to rule against that request. But anyway, I'm going to let you tell the court, and I'm going to let the state ask you questions and ask Mr. Walker questions, and we'll get this one done. So at this time, I want both of y'all to raise your right hands, please. Do you both solemnly swear or affirm your testimony you're going to give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're both officially on the oath, and I'm going to go ahead and allow the state to call you both as witnesses. You can put your hands down. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you, Ms. Opens. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll first call Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker, could you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Ricky Walker.
And what is the name of the child that you have with Ms. Bryant who lives with you?
Ricky Walker Jr., also known as RJ Walker.
Thank you. What is his date of birth?
His date of birth is July 9th, 2018. I'm sorry.
That's it. I don't think my dad ever knew my birthday either. So, do you have any other children with Ms. Bryant?
Yes, I have my daughter. Her name is Armani Walker.
And not to put you on the spot again, but do you know what her date of birth is?
Yes, it's February 4th, 2016.
Thank you. Have you been ordered by a court to pay child support or medical support to Ms. Bryant for Armani?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have access to private health insurance coverage for your son, Ricky Jr., through employment or another source?
No,
Okay. And do you have access to private dental insurance coverage for your son, Ricky Jr., through employment or another source?
no.
Okay. And Your Honor, I think those are all the questions I have for Mr. Walker.
All right, thank you. All
Thank
right,
you.
sir, be back to you in just a moment. State can call the next witness.
All right. Thank you. I'll call Ms. Bryant.
Thank
All
you.
right. All right. Ms. Bryant, please state your name for the record.
Tabitha Bryant.
Okay. And what is it true that, I guess to save some time, is it true that you're the mother of Ricky Walker Jr. and Armani Walker?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what is the name of your other child?
My most recent child,
Sure.
Dwayne Poe.
Okay. And is it true that that child is a newborn?
Yes.
And that is not a child that you have with Mr. Walker, correct?
No, ma'am.
And is it true Armani lives with you?
Yes.
And Ricky Jr. lives with his father, Ricky Sr.?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do for work, ma'am?
I'm a line cook at a seafood restaurant.
Okay. And are you currently working?
I'm off for my 2-week leave. And I should be returning to work probably within the next week or so.
Okay. And what do you earn in that position?
I make $15 an hour. I get paid every 2 weeks. My checks are roughly about roughly about 700 before taxes every 2 weeks.
Okay. I think, well, let me ask this. Approximately how many hours a week do you work?
25 to 30.
Okay. And are you considered full-time or part-time?
Part-time.
And do you have access to private health insurance to your children through employment or another source?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have access to private dental insurance to your children through employment or another source?
No. We just have Medicaid.
Okay. All right. Your Honor, I don't think I have any further questions. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Bryant, here's the deal. Obviously, we're having a hearing for a reason. So, ma'am, what are you asking the court to do here? Because again, the law says I've got to order you to pay child support for your child, and once I guess everything is properly done at his home state, you'll be ordered to pay child support for the child you have with him. But for right now, I can only look at the one child support matter that's before me, and that's for the child that he has with you. So, ma'am, what are you asking me to do here today?
I'm just asking that because like she was stating, me and Ricky don't really have a set. We didn't really talk about anything like this. It's just if RJ needs something, I'll send it. If Armani needs something, he'll send it. He helps me, I help him. We have a mutual understanding, a mutual agreement. I wasn't aware about the whole child support situation, and when I did find out about it, I was telling Ricky like, "Hey, why did you do that? If you needed something, you could have just called me. We could have figured it out. I didn't want to go through the courts, whatnot." And I strongly believe that Ricky didn't know either. He's collecting money from the state, and I think that automatically put me on child support. And
Yes, ma'am, it did. Once and sooner or later they're gonna send him one because your child, if his child with you is getting Medicaid, guess what? You're in the system. So yeah.
so it's Medicaid, cash aid, food stamps. It's any of those programs will put him on it.
Now every state has their own rules, but here in Texas, if you're it's Medicaid was one of the things. It's one of the items that can get you before the court. But again,
Okay, because because I collect Medicaid and food stamps for Armani, but Ricky is not on child support.
yeah, well, now, guess what? Sooner or later, yeah. So
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for bringing that to my knowledge. I didn't know that. I thought it was only supplemental. I thought it was only TANF, cash, like help like that. But like I said, I was notified. I'm
Go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was notified because a I think a police officer came to my job and was telling me, hey, you got some child support stuff. And like I said, me and Ricky's been talking about it, but like I said, like we have a mutual understanding because we both have a kid. So me personally, I don't feel like I should have to be put on child support because he's not on child support and we help each other out. I've sent him money, he sent me money.
This is what,
Um,
like I said earlier, the requesting state is asking to put you on child support. And
but can I
that's,
say that I don't think that that's fair? Because
yes, ma'am,
he's
you can say it's not fair, but it's, again, ma'am, that's not a legal defense. You got to give me something legal, a legal reason not to order you to pay child support and cash medical. And I know you're not a lawyer, ma'am, and I'm a board certified family lawyer. If I was sitting here at your lawyer as your lawyer today, guess what? I could
hmm,
not get dropped. Okay, and I've been doing child support for 35 years as a lawyer. So
okay.
yeah, so
So I don't know anything about child support. I don't know anybody who's on it. I don't know anything about it, honestly. So I know you can't, I know you're not my lawyer. You can't tell me what to do or anything like that. But as far as only one parent being held responsible, I'm trying to figure out like what should I do moving forward. I don't want to put him on child support. Um,
that's
but
what that's it. That's it. And again, the state of Texas, because you're on, if your child is getting Medicaid, sooner or later, they're going to go after him one way or the other, too. Okay. So
so do you what do you recommend? Do you recommend me
I
putting
can't
him
do
on
I
child?
can't. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. You can do it. You can ask to place him on it, or the state's going to do it. But for right now, ma'am, I can't. Again, I can't give you legal advice.
Okay. So
What you're asking,
can I
what you're asking is legal advice, ma'am.
Okay, so can I like petition against, or can I try and like hire an attorney? Because like I said, I don't know nothing about
Yeah,
none of
ma'am, you
this
can
type
hire
of.
an attorney, but it's not going. Yeah, again, ma'am, it's going to be a waste of money. There's another state entity asking that you be placed on child support to help reimburse the citizens of their state, and I've got to grant it. Okay,
Can you say that one more time?
there is a whatever state the father lives in is requesting that you pay child support and pay cash medical and support your child instead of whatever benefits he may be getting from that state and that state's taxpayers. They
Okay.
want they want you supporting. I know you two may have side deals and everything like that, but the bottom line is the law is the law, and he's technically responsible for paying you support for the child you have, and vice versa. It would be a lot easier if everybody lived in the same state in the same county, but you know, this is
Yeah.
what I got. This is what the and this is the way I got to rule, man.
Okay, so I can't motion to revoke. I can't fight it. I can't.
Now,
I
you can
can't do
again,
anything.
ma'am, you can make any legal argument you wish, but at the end of the day, I get to make the ruling, and I'm telling you right now, you're not even close to getting an affirmative ruling in your behalf, ma'am.
But why is that the case? Why should I? Why am I having to pay the gut? Why am I having to pay child support if I have a whole nother child that he's not paying? He's not. You get what I'm saying? Like he's not paying
No, I
anything to
get it.
help me.
I get it. You don't get it, man. But each case is an individual case in and of itself. I can't. I look at the number of children you have, but I don't. I can't look at where the money's coming from one way or the other. And once someone goes against him for child support where he is, the same deal. He's going to have to pay child support based on the number of children he has with him and the number of other children he may legally be ordered to support. But then they're going to order him to pay child support to you.
Okay. Okay, I just have one last question. Okay, so basically, if I were to put him on child support, or if I were to, I know you're going to do what you have to do regardless, but if I were to fight against it and try and get it dropped, or try and get him on child support to, I guess, balance it out, like, is that how that's going to go?
No, ma'am. Again, ma'am, you cannot get this dropped. Okay, it's not going to happen. All right, I'm
Okay.
going to take it up front. It's not going to happen. Your avenue is to get the father or to pay child support for you one way or the other. And like I said, the state may do it, you may do it, however you want to do it. But the bottom line is, each of these things are individual. They're encapsulated in among themselves. Your case and his case are two separate cases as far as what the law is going to order, and they don't intermingle. Only the only way they do intermingle, ma'am, is based on again under Texas law, the number of children you have before the court and the number of children you're legally obligated to support. That's the only way that intermingles. Okay.
Okay. And do you is there like, okay, so they're going to start taking roughly around $300 out of my check. That's just moving forward, like until he turns 18. Like,
Until further order of the court, ma'am.
I'm
Turns
sorry.
18, until further order of the court, until the child emancipates, and that's graduation from high school and turns 18.
Okay. And is there any like back pay or anything like that, or is this just it's gonna start once I start working again? They're just gonna start garnishing my wages.
The state did not request retroactive child support, ma'am, and I at least did not do that on the record. So my assumption is that the referring state did not ask for back child support.
Okay.
Again, okay. Again, I don't know, but again, that's the assumption I'm making.
Do you know how I would find that out if it was or?
Miss Hobbins, are they requesting retro?
They are not.
There you go.
Okay. Okay. I think that's all the questions I have.
All right. All right. Again, ma'am, I've got to order it. I'm going to order it going forward, starting the first day of February 2025, both the child support amount and the cash medical support amount. Since you both have children and your own state benefits, man, as far as Medicaid and your children are concerned, I will waive court costs. Any court cost request be paid by you. Is there anything else at this time, Ms. Opens?
No,
Yeah,
that's all.
All right.
It's like-
All right, Mr. Walker, anything else from you, sir? Questions? You're muted, sir.
I appreciate y'all and helping on everything. Appreciate it.
All right. Anything else then, sir?
No, that's it. I appreciate it.
Okay.
And you're
All
on.
right.
Do you mind?
I'm taking that as a no. You don't have anything else that you're requesting the court to do here today, sir, correct?
So far, I think you guys answered everything. Like I said, on her behalf, she kind of was mentioned some of the stuff I was gonna say. So I guess
Okay.
guys filled those.
All right. Good enough.
Filled that in.
All right. Anything else, Ms. Bryant?
No, that's all.
All right, Ms. Opens, so the party's free to go.
Well, I'm gonna, if they don't mind sticking around, I'm gonna draft the order. Your Honor, I'm trying to calculate just real quick there might be a slight change to the child support amount just based on the medical support. So the medical support I calculated, cash medical, would be $26 a month.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to incorporate that into the. Let me do
Yeah,
this.
so if it is incorporated child support, it's going to make a minuscule difference. So it's probably about $4 or $5. So but go ahead and do it. Let's get
Yeah.
the math right. Let's get the math right. So
Let me do that real quick. Sorry about that. Looks like what I'm coming up with, Your Honor, and I wanted to tell you just briefly on the calculation of the child support. So based on the information that Ms. Bryant provided me, so she said she works between 25 and 30 hours per week. I multiplied the $15 an hour by 27.5, and that's how I ended up with the amount that I came up with. Basically, all in all, it results in $1,787 a month for gross. $1,570 in would be the net resources, and then accounting for the two other children outside of the order, what I came up with was $251 for monthly child support, and then the cash medical being the $26 a month.
all right. I had 25. I'll change that to 26, and that starts, like I say, 2/1/25. Anything else? Also waived.
All right, and then you say costs are waived, and what was the reason? I'm sorry.
She's on Medicaid also.
Okay, so
She has her own grant, so I'm not going to order. I'm not going to order her to pay court costs.
all right, Your Honor, that's all we have. If y'all don't mind, Mr. Walker and Ms. Bryant, if you don't mind sticking around, I'm going to draft this order and get it to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank y'all both very much. The state's gonna put you back in the breakout room and get y'all to review the order again, folks. It's a legal document and it's written by lawyers. And if you have any questions, she'll attempt to answer. But again, she can't give you advice either, but she'll attempt to answer any questions you have about the order. Anyway, good luck to both of you, and we're off the record. Thank you.
Thank you.